God is ocean of love. And we receive rays of love from God. And these rays penetrates deep within the soul. This creates a lot of power within the soul. And I experience the purity. These rays of Baba's love awakens and uplifts me. So I keep receiving and also keep giving to everyone. Let us all, by taking drishti from Baba, just receive beautiful rays of Baba's love.
नष्टो मोहा सब स्मृति लब्धा, जब तक नहीं बने हैं तब तक न बाबा तेरे को हम छोड़ेंगे न तुम न छोड़ना, न वो हमसे जुदा होंगे, हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि मुझे नष्ट मोह स्मृति लब्धा बनना है जरूर। काम को छोड़ो, क्रोध को छोड़ो, लोभ को छोड़ो, मोह को छोड़ो, अहंकार को छोड़ो। पर देखा गया तो सब विकारों में करा कौन सा विकार है? मोह। कब काम भरा, कब क्रोध भरा, कब लोभ भरा, कब अहंकार भरा। परंतु देखा गया है, जो आज भी दादी क्वेश्चन घड़ी घड़ी पूछती थी, दुख धाम किसको याद तो नहीं आता? तो दुख धाम किसको याद आता होगा? बड़ा दुख देने वाला कौन है? सविकार छोड़े, लोभ भी छोड़ा, अहंकार भी छोड़ा, काम भी छोड़ा, क्रोध भी छोड़ा, बाकी मोह नहीं छोड़ा। कहां न कहां लौकिक चाहे ईश्वरी परिवार में भी कहां मोह चला जाता। जिसका काम मोह बुरी बला है। काम तो सर्प है, डसने वाला है। क्रोध तो तामा बना देता है, लाल। लोभी तो मैं बताऊं, लोभी के लिए बाबा ने क्या बोला था? चूल्हा बना देता है। चूल्हा समझते हो ना? बस चाहना, इच्छा, ये मिले, ये मिले, ये मिले, ये मिले। जिसके अंदर ये चाहना की आदत होती है, वो जैसे चूल्हा। बुरी चीज में कोई काम की चीज भी ना होगी ना, ये भी होना चाहिए मेरे पास। लोभी नरकंगाल है, उसकी नेचर जो होगी ना, बड़ी दिल नहीं होंगी, खुली दिल नहीं होंगी। और मुझे भले मिले पर मेरी चीज को कोई हाथ न लगाए। और जिसके घर में जाएगा, जहां जाएगा ना, इनके पास ये चीज बड़ी अच्छी है। अगर जरा भी जिसमें लोभ का अंश होता है, उसको चाहिए 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 चाहिए। इसको जिसने नहीं छोड़ा, वो कभी भी आप पक्का समझो रॉयल घराने में नहीं आ सकता। जिसको रॉयल घराने में आना है, लक्ष्मी नारायण के राज्य में आना है, वो अपने आप से पूछो, मैं त्रिपत आत्मा हूं, मेरे पास सब कुछ है। सदा ही अपने आप को देखो, मेरे को कितना बाबा तुमने दिया है। ज्ञान का खजाना भी बहुत दिया है, तो स्थूल में भी कोई कमी नहीं है।
Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 5, Diamond Dadi, Exchange of Love, Charitable Soul. Now we'll be listening to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. We all are experiencing Dadi's presence in form of unlimited love. We're feeling that our hearts are opening and we are so deeply touched by Dadi's energy of love that there is the experience of super sense joy. It's really, really whatever we're experiencing is real. When we truly experience God's love, then that experience of God's love emerges in our thoughts, words, and actions, in our relationships. So Dadi was that practical example. God's love was constantly cheerful and had contentment. Generally in life, people look for love, want to experience love, find love somewhere from something. And for that, they get trapped somewhere or other. Could be human beings, it be material things. Some don't have attachment with people, but have a lot of attachment with material things, facilities. But that is renunciation and all contentment with whatever little she had, but she had a lot of inner joy, inner treasure. She was full. So God's love, each one of us should think, brings such fulfillment, inner fulfillment, deep fulfillment, that one becomes free from all the desires. And the words are very, very kind. Because when there is God's love, there is kindness in our words. Kindness is very, very beautiful quality, especially when you are speaking what words I should say. Never, never any harsh words will come out of mouth. God's love, as we all have experienced through Baba's Murli also, very sweet, very gentle words. And our actions are always of bestowing, not that I expect because I did it. No. I just want to continuously serve, do karma yoga, not looking for acknowledgement or duties, but I feel that body as a gift from God. So I use it with a lot of love. And when you do something with God's love, your body receives lot of power and also blessings, because we need blessings so that we can keep serving through the body. So God's love manifested from Diamond Dadi's life in her thoughts, words, and actions. And that change into thinking on level of charity. Now there is difference between donation, contribution, and charity. We donate out of mercy. We contribute in a task. Think I need to cooperate, contribute. But charity is higher than all those two. So there is donation, contribution, then is charity. People donate in life for needy, for poor, and sometimes for their own name and fame also, so that I am known as a big donor. Right? Contribution is I am putting my share towards the task. But charity is the highest act of kindness. If someone is thirsty, and if I am able to share water with that soul, it's not your, uh, when you have a big party, you can distribute juices and drinks, and but when someone is in the need and you are able to fulfill that need at this moment. So Dadi Janki, one of her charity which she really felt was that the way she used to churn and reflect, and when she will speak, she will find, oh, they are very valuable jewels of knowledge. So she will ask somebody to write all the points. Every year, every few months, she will get a book published, short, small books. Anyone who went to say hello or goodbye to her, she will give Toli blessing and that book to everyone. And I noticed that from time to time, she will get these books printed. So the way also the use of money in a way where she thought that people can read this book regularly will help them in their lives. So it's so interesting to see that how Manan Chintan brought those jewels of knowledge, and she would wanted people to benefit, so she will get these books printed. But also she cared for people's basic needs also. So every year she will get a few thousand jackets or something made for Baba's children, those who will go and meet her. She will like to give something in winter. Not only that, but anyone went to her, definitely she will give a gift, but she will show what do you need, what do you need. So it's like such a generous heart. And also when you have charitable heart and mind, then this act actually touches hearts of many. So then we also felt whenever Dadi, we want to help financially. You want to print a book, you should print. Other souls are also pulled to share in that charity. It's a very, very beautiful and royal quality of charity. Actually, it's a quality of a king. You know that how king and queen, whenever subjects needed anything, they will open their treasure stores and distribute. And it's not that Dadi expected that somebody should help, but inspiration comes. I remember one time I just had a thought. There was a dialogue, about 50 people, Peace Village. I thought, oh, they should get Book of Silence. Anthony from Greece, he used to write very beautiful books. So naturally, bookstore will say, who will pay for 50 books? So I said, I will pay. I mean, I would have given from Baba's Bandara, right? I don't have any other money. And then one of the participants went out and said, oh, I want to pay for all the books. And also those who are serving, so give extra. Because when anything, the thought comes in you, not I'm donating, but it's really from deep feeling, they need this. They need this in the sense of I felt they need this to read this book. Instantly that thought will touch someone. I have so much experience, so I could relate with Dadi as charitable soul, that charity, which is really coming from love, bhavna, and in that there is, it's really coming from God's love. Love, expression of love is charity. Fulfill the need at the time of the need. Of course, sometimes company, the presence. I know that Dadi had this sanskars of visiting. I know many times she will, even when she was in Peace Village, our rooms were next to each other. When she had to go for walk, she will suddenly appear. Oh, I want to sit with you. We want to sit together. It's very good. And it makes one so happy, you know. That Dadi came and Dadi spent time. Visit whenever anyone is, like she will just feel like, and that soul is not feeling very good that day, feeling lonely or isolated, little bit left out. So she will make physical presence, to say charitable act, because that soul needed the visit of elevated soul. So through her act, like, when you have this feeling of being charitable or kind and compassionate, you will get the thought at the right time who needs what. And then that person will say, "But Dadi, how did you know I needed it?" Since I come to know everything, nobody will have to ask, but mm, people will receive what they need. So internally, because I remember that there was one time that whenever Baba's children have to give something for Baba's Bandara, they will give in the hand of instrument, the envelope. But a time came then family was growing and everyone couldn't reach the instrument, so they created Baba's box. Now what to write on the box was a big issue because we don't accept donation. Baba says, how can you give God donation, right? God needs your donation. So no. But we need to write something, right? So then we say, let's write contribution so everyone can understand. So then I say, okay, let me contribute. But deeper within, uh, when I look at God's task, then it's unlimited heart charity. What I can do through body, what I can do through wealth, what I can do in whatever way. So uh, charitable actions, each actions bring multifold result, reward. Anywhere I have found when instrument is very charitable, then Bhandara also is always overflowing. But if I think I can use this for me or ask, no. Yeah, it is necessary to make everyone aware of the task. But deep within, when there is God's love, I know Baba has given me, so I have to serve. Everything should be used for service. So Dadi Janki, in many, many different ways, was her kindness, and that is God's love, brings kindness, true kindness, and also compassion comes from love. So her thinking, her speaking, and her actions. There was a time Thursday morning when she leaves class, she will bring that little tumbler, no, what they call it, a silver thing with nectar from Vogue, and she will go, whosoever was not too well, she will go from room to room to give them that nectar. And seeing Dadi bringing the nectar will make them so happy and, of course, healthy too. And that I have experienced few times that when I have gone the class and I'm listening only in the room and suddenly I see her by the door brought nectar. So one is people can help you with medicine, but a charitable soul thinks what deeply will make you happy, because sometimes looks like a physical need, but it is more inner need. And I feel when inner needs are fulfilled, like love and company or presence or security or protection, lot of inner needs deep within, belonging. That was Dadi's natural acts to fulfill the inner needs of the soul. And that's where I find that as God's love expressed through little and big charitable actions. So when I think of Dadi, hundreds of situations come in front of me where I found that she won't think of herself, but she wants to do something for others all the time, and that's charity. So of course she was a charitable soul, and it inspires me a lot. And of course, our hearts also with God's love become full of charitable thoughts. Om Shanti.
Dadi. So now it's time for Manan Chintan, the art of churning. I'd like to invite Sister Shireen.
Om Shanti, everyone. It is so wonderful to be here with all of you. I think of all of the days, session today was my favorite because I always like to think about kindness. And like Didi said, Dadi Janki was the ocean of kindness. I feel it's the most important virtue to have. And in today's world, you can be anything, but if you're just kind, it is so wonderful because Dadi really embodied that, and you could see like they were sharing all of the different elements of kindness that come just from being that compassionate, kind person. And so I was churning this morning about what Dadi was saying about this special connection of love and how elevated it is. And so one of the thought was that if we don't have self-love, then it's hard to draw love from Baba. And if we don't draw love from Baba and we don't have self-love, then it's hard to give love to others. And on the other hand, I was also thinking that if we don't have peace, and this is something Dadi said one time in a class, is we need peace, and from peace we have love, and then from love we have power. And so, again, today I have 10 things of power that the love that Dadi drew from Baba, the self love she had, and the love that Dadi drew from Baba, and the power she had of giving that love to others is the 10 things that come from that manifestation of this love and this power is the first one is inner fulfillment. And it was so self-evident how fulfilled Dadi was. And the second one, which there are several aspects of that, is that Dadi's words were very kind. That she never had any kind of harsh words for anyone. It was always very kind words. And the third one was actions. And Didi went on to describe about charity. But these actions are always that of being a bestower, that want to continuously serve. And also the serving, this continuously serving is there is no sense of acknowledgement. And that have and so it's not like you want something, but there is a sense of serving. And I like this distinction Didi made between donation, contribution, and charity. And that donation is, you give out of mercy, but sometimes you want your name, and then contribution is, this is my share for a task, but charity is of this very highest act of kindness. It's very high level. And the thing that this is the fourth or the fifth one. The thing that I was thinking about when Didi was sharing is her churning was also an act of charity and an act of kindness, because she used to get books printed and everyone took. Even now, we are taking so much benefit from Dadi's churnings. And so that also was such an act of kindness. And the sixth one is that she used to care for our basic needs. And the example Didi gave was of jackets, and she used to get jackets done, made, and something for everyone. And that basic needs she used to take care of, and that really came. And I really liked this point that Didi made, but that really came from the love and the bhavna. And it's not just the love and the bhavna she had, but also because of the love and the bhavna she had, that inspired souls to give also. Um, and in this story of the silence books, that the bhavna that you have inspires other people also to contribute. And the seventh one is that simple acts of kindness, like her visit, and that whatever people need, that she was always there, that she could feel the pulse. And because of her love, she could feel the pulse and be there when people really needed. And this is the ninth one, I think. When inner needs are fulfilled, that to the example she was giving was about belonging and compassion and kindness and all of these things, that these inner needs are fulfilled in a soul when we have that, when we manifest that love is manifested as a power, and the power comes in the form of this compassion, belonging, and kindness. And this is so interesting. This is the final one. This is so interesting. Is my churning this morning was, if you have self-love, then you're able to draw love from Baba. And if you're able to draw love from Baba, then you're able to give love to others. But Dadi's balance was so amazing, that she did have that self-love because she drew so much love and power from Baba, and because she gave so much love to others. But the final thing that is so amazing about Dadi was that she never really thought about herself. She only thought about others. She was so secure in her own love for herself that she could only think about others. And so, thank you. Om Shanti. So, let's see what's our thing for tomorrow. A charitable soul knows what is needed and gives that at the right time. A charitable soul knows what is needed and gives that at the right time, at the time of need. A charitable soul knows what is needed and gives that at the time of need. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Actually, Dadi is meeting Prime Minister Modi. No?
Oh, that's Modi?
Yeah.
It,
So it's Prime Minister Modi, and he was
very young. It must
he
have
was
been years ago.
he was governor of chief minister of Gujarat, and he used to come very often to Madhuban. And Dadi used to just very respectfully, very closely, I mean, look at her soul consciousness and love, looking at everyone as a younger brother or a child, holding the hands of such a VIP. And they used to get very, very touched. And So I just want to say that it's really Prime Minister Modi
Yes, sorry.
in the picture.
I didn't recognize him. He looked so young. Right now, he looks.
Yeah, that is different. But yeah, he used to come, and he one time came with a whole cabinet and took 7 days course. Stayed in Peace Cottage next to Dadi's cottage. Yeah, his had been so lovely to look at the facets of Diamond Dadi. So many. I think as soon as you start thinking, it overflows in the mind, but beautiful thoughts. And this charitable thing, I like very much because, when I was young, we had partition of country. India was divided in Pakistan and India. So people, you know, luckily for my family, we all came because they were in government. We were brought by government before partition, few months before partition. So they gave us house and we could bring everything. But there was a deadline and some people couldn't cross the border or get the transportation or so they couldn't bring anything. And lot of children were very, very poor and parents and so there were a lot of people on the road seeking, food and so I learned at that time to share with other children and we used to put lot of pitchers of water outside so that people they walk and keep drinking water. Many charitable things, and it really gives you a real feeling of human life that if you have and others don't have, and at least those who are around you, it's not you cannot give to the whole world. And that is why most of the families in those days had trust and whatever little they used to put in trust for the charity.
Mhm.
And education is something which my family believed in. So a lot of children to give them little money for their education from the trust. So because I saw that since childhood, so when I used to look at Dadi Janki, I will immediately think, but that's what I saw that because many children, when they grew after education, they could never forget that the money, little bit, whatever was given by which family's trust. And even when they become older, they come to you and they look at us as, because we were also children at that time. And so they never forget in that life and their blessings. There was a time where people, all good families, even they didn't have a lot, but they always thought if they do charity, they will get blessings. And those blessings will help their children to grow or their family to remain peaceful and happy. These days, people think we have to take, but there was a time some have to take, but those who had, they always thought we want to share. So it's really more like sharing whatever I got. And then in return, I know so many blessings and so much more comes. I think it's really the charity is something which is a very higher act of good value where you're not expecting anything, but you are sharing what you have with others. So thinking of Dadi brings back so many beautiful qualities and experiences. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to a వ్యక్తి Journey Bap Dada Day, the transformative power of Bap Dada's vision.
तुम सारे विश्व की दादी माँ हो, दादी जानकी तुम यज्ञ की जान हो, तुम सारे विश्व की दादी माँ हो। यज्ञ को सफलता स्वरूप देखने में आपकी अच्छी रुचि और सेवा भी है। इस सेवा से बाप दादा खुश है। जितना हो सके जितनों को भी आप सम्मान बाप का प्यारा और न्यारा बना सकती हो उतना बनाती भी हो और आगे जिम्मेवारी समझ करके चल रही हो। इसको बाप दादा को नाज, मेरे को पापा पर नाज है। और बाबा गुलजार दादी भी आने वाली है। 40 साल का मना रहे हैं। बड़ी अंदर से सबको मंगुलास है। मनाओ का काम है कि असंभव को संभव करके दिखाओ। जो बाप दादा चाहता है वो पर्द के रूप में लाके दिखाओ। तुम्ही से हमारी रोशन है महफिल, तुम्ही से खिलता है हम सब का दिल। तुम्ही से हमारी रोशन है महफिल, तुम्ही से खिलता है हम सब का दिल। हम पर तुम्हारे एहसान है इतने कि जीवन भी देकर चुका ना सकेंगे। तुम सारे विश्व की दादी माँ हो, दादी जान की तुम यज्ञ की जान हो।
Om Shanti. So when Dadi is with Bab Dada, you all saw how Bab Dada was talking to Dadiji and Dadiji was hugging Baba. So it's not only Dadi was doing, she was taking all of us with her and we all feel same as Dadi. Thank you very much. And I know it's now.
It's totally made small so it can directly go in your mouth. Because when it's big, we have to give you in hand. It's a carrot halwa with what is on the top? Chocolate. Wow. It's Indian and Western combined. Totally carrot, little bit carrot halwa, and the top is chocolate. I think you all can try. Okay. And just keep very kind, compassionate, and charitable heart to earn all the blessings and feel great fortunate in doing that. Kind, compassionate, and charitable heart. I think that will make us do whatever is needed, whether it is for our family, BK family, or in the world in general too. So, yes, it's beautiful, and I really also appreciate all of you being present every evening for such a long time. It's a big encouragement for the team. But also, team had been sharing how much Dadi's presence bringing power to them. And when they're doing it, it's the joy, happiness and tears in their eyes while creating the program. So Dadi's presence is really real and very, very powerful. So it's good that we all are able to take benefit of being together. Dadi used to love family, and we are a Vyakti Parivar family together. Om Shanti. Says beautifully, keep distributing God's love. Hmm? So that's what we all have to go. It's not my love, but God's love is unlimited. So Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. See you all in the morning. Om Shanti.